of Simple Meals with Dave, going back to my growing up series. And one of the things that I remember growing up was some paper football. I used to play with some of my friends, and you hit it on the edge like that, and that's a touchdown, and then you get it like this, and you kick a field goal. The video game, of course, took the place of some of the things that we used to do when we were kids. One meal that I can remember when I was growing up is we used to eat some Fideo, and I'm gonna add some ground beef to it, tomato sauce, chicken base, I have cominos, and some garlic powder. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook the ground beef. You know, just wanna, now with the ground beef, I like to cook it with just a little bit of salt. I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit because I'm gonna strain the meat. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of oil. So I'm gonna brown the Fideo in a little bit of oil. Right after you brown the Fideo, you add the meat, and then you bring it to a boil and you simmer it for like 15 minutes, and it's done. I like to put all the spices together. Okay, so I got about 2 cups of water I'm gonna put, because the water you wanna add it as needed, because you want it, after you add the ground beef, you might have to add a little bit more water because you want it to cover the mix, the Fideo and the ground beef. You want it to cover. And I'm gonna brown this. I'm gonna turn the heat up a little bit just to get it going. Okay, I'm browning the Fideo, and if you look, I mean, it doesn't take long. If you just gotta, like I said, you stir it, and you can see how it's got brown in there. Now, of course, you don't want to overcook it to where you have Fideo that's real dark, black looking. So I mean, that's right here. That color right there is perfect. Okay, so once it gets to that color, I'm gonna go ahead and add the ground beef that I had cooked earlier. So I'm just gonna add that. Then I'm gonna mix it. I'm just gonna mix it in. Okay, and then I blended all my spices together. I'm gonna add those to it. Now it's gonna need a little bit more water, because what you wanna do is, once you got all your the ground beef and the Fideo in there, you want to add water to where it's covering everything. So I probably just need to add a little bit more water. Okay, once you add the water to it, you just kind of stir it to where everything's even, and then see how if you notice, the liquid is covering everything. Okay, so is what we want to do after you got everything in there, all the ingredients, a little bit of water to cover everything. Now we just want to bring it to a boil. After you bring it to a boil, you want to lower it down and simmer 15 minutes tops, and it'll be ready. So, all right, we're looking good. The mixture has already came to a boil, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it down. Then I'm going to cover it, and in 15 minutes it'll be ready. Okay, so I'm going to turn that off, and I'm going to give it a second there. So I'm going to throw a tortilla down. Just going to take the lid off. Be careful with the steam. You can just kind of hold it like that. And then you can just see that. All you just stir it up a little bit. It's very easy. And who would have thought that I was going to be doing videos that called Simple Meals with Dave and have something like this that's really simple? Because this is really simple to make. It goes good with a tortilla or bread. But that's it. I mean, very easy to make. So we're gonna just get a tortilla, And that's it. That's a Fideo with ground beef, or you can call it carne picada with Fideo. However you want to do it. Now this is really hot, and I know it's hot. You could just see it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. Well, this is really good. My brother and I would just get it and put it in a bowl and eat it in a bowl. So this is a dish I grew up with, and this is a game I grew up with. So stay tuned to Simple Meals with Dave. We're going to do a couple of more videos on a growing up series of meals that I had when I was growing up, and we want to see how we can help you out in the kitchen. The real way to eat it.